Hello.
You're starting the oh, you already started the recording.
Surprise!
Yay!
We're on it. Welcome. Hello, guys. Welcome. It is March 31st, 2020. We are combining forces again another week because nothing is normal in this world. So Melissa Gratz and I are morphing into one team from now on. No, just again tonight because, hello, we have a very special guest and we're talking something super fun that is very passionate on a bunch of our hearts and our minds. And so we're going to be talking about scented virtual craft nights. And so we are so excited that we get to have the famous Sarah Walker, and y'all see in all of her videos from home office. She's in her office abode from her other office.
Welcome to my living room.
Right? We're all going to go in your own home tonight.
Yeah, you're all in my living room. There's a child who's supposed to be folding laundry, but he's playing Xbox at the same time. So, you know, okay. Just keep the undies down. And I have a dog. We just had an earthquake. I'm not kidding you. We just had an earthquake. It was the weirdest thing. And so we were just standing in the door jamb and I'm like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I need to go.
So if you see her screen shaking, she's not excited about the crafts. She's really protecting her family in a door jam.
I mean, it's nuts. I don't know if there were some weird aftershocks. Like we were still kind of waving a little bit. It was so bizarre, but it was nuts. Like the house was shaking. All my dishes were clattering. Dog was going bananas. And yeah, so here we are. Hopefully that is all that's happening. But yes, I love crafting. Very excited to be here. Heather was actually on a training we did a couple weeks ago where she was talking about scented craft nights, and I loved every minute of it. And so I thought, oh, okay, well, if there's any topic that we can get together and turn into a virtual option, this is it, because we can all craft from home. We can all do different things. So I'll turn the time back over to her. But when it comes time to get to it, I'll tell you where this kind of all originated, at least on my side too. So.
Okay, so we're going to start. I'm more or less I'm going to tell you the prep aspect of doing a virtual craft night. So couple of things that you want to keep in mind is make sure that your craft is easy for all kinds of crafters. Make sure that you've got a skill or a craft that's available for a novice, a beginner, a skilled, or even an expert crafter. You don't really know what level they are at crafting, so you want to make sure it's easy enough for all. Think about your supplies. Most would have either at home already or can be ordered off Amazon, but be very careful to confirm the delivery date before on the checkout screen before you ship it, because all third-party items are arriving in like a month or a month and a half. So if the order is fulfilled by Amazon, you'll get the items in time. So you can do it a couple of ways. You can either A, have your guests order their own supplies and ship it straight to their house from Amazon, or you personally can order all the supplies if they're local, put together some fun little boxes and drop them off on the porches. But keep in mind, you've got to have enough time for people to, you got to order, make their, to arrive on time, and then get it all together. People forget, right? So just make sure that you're doing that, and make sure if you're doing in the scented craft nights, you allow time for Scentsy shipping and get those items in, so you have everything complete ahead of time. You can either do an adult craft, a kid's craft, or a family craft. Everybody's stuck at home right now. So it's important to maybe think of something that all can do. Keep the cost down. You've got to add your Scentsy items too, right? I only do scented craft nights because I want to make the PRV, and I include that typically. I try to keep my Scentsy PRV items 30 PRV, and I charge $15 and keep the supplies around $15. So I charge $45 plus tax and shipping, right? And
Heather, just expand on that just a little bit more. So that $30 you're pre-purchase, or just explain how you break up that 30 and that 15.
Yeah, sure. So the 30 PRV, it can either be a 6-pack of bars. So it's just 30 PRV of whatever you want to build. to create for them to do. So like right now, I would probably do a $10 counter clean, a $6 hand soap, maybe another $6 bar. I don't know. You could do the math to create your own products to do that. Or you just put a 6-pack of bars in there. One I did was a wall fan diffuser, and I illegally separated the 2 pods. They were, they come 2 to pack, but I illegally separated them and repackaged. So it was literally 1 pod and 1 mini fan diffuser, which was 30 PRV. So you can do something like that as long as they feel like they're getting their value, right? That's really the most important part, is I try to keep the bulk of it Scentsy products and try to order something that they've maybe never tried or the need, which is hand soaps, right? Like really try to think about what you can put in that box, but charge your shipping and tax, right? They're going to pay you ahead of time. So I take their money, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. I try not to use PayPal because they take the stupid fees out. So, be smart about how you're accepting payment so you can order the supplies in advance and have them ready. Again, that's very important. Personalize their supplies boxes maybe during this time. I might add like a little mini vodka or a little mini wine or something for a mixer to their box. Or, I ordered some little wipes. So if they're little cell phone wipes, they're literally so tiny. I mean, it's the tiniest thing. They're super small. But think about things that you can put in there, maybe an extra set of rubber gloves or something like that to kind of customize the times we're living in, the craziness, but still coming together just for a fun night of relaxation and some crafts online with your friends. So I will utilize Zoom for mine, which we're on now. So you have to make sure everybody is aware ahead of time where they have Zoom downloaded and they know how to use it. They can either use a laptop, an iPad, a phone with a tripod or propped up, or a computer, but make sure you're prepared and let them find a space, a craft space, that they can do your project on and still be on the computer at the same time, right? So like if I was trying to do a craft right now on my desk, we would not be crafting with all this crud all over my desk. So just be thinking of that as well. Something you could also include is maybe like a snack, a bag of pretzels at the store individually wrapped or something like that. I've seen really cute toilet paper cupcakes. If you have a baker that's maybe needing to support a small business, do something cute. You can include full-size products or even samples in your box. Something I'm personally going to do with this one is refer a friend that joins my virtual scented craft party, and they're going to get $5 off. So I'm not necessarily worried. I'm going to get my regulars, but I also want new people in, right? Because we may be doing this till July or August. Who knows? So the more people I can get in, the better, and have them experience this where we do them frequently. I will be doing local porch drop-offs on my first one because I already have people that have come to my previous ones. So they've kind of got to know each other already a bit. So I thought it would be kind of fun to start with them first. But of course, I'll let them in. Something else I'm going to include is a Clorox wipe inside of a Ziploc bag so they can wipe down my cardboard box on their porch. So it's that little extra protection, safety, precaution that they literally can do, because I've been wiping down all my leaving cardboard boxes as they come in on the front porch, wiping down everything before it enters the house. So I want to give that same respect if I'm putting something on their porch. It might be good to have your finished product to show beforehand. So do a trial run and make sure that you can do it first of all, so you're not doing it in front of all the people live and going, oh, I can't do this. That just happened to me the other day. And the next one is, write and send a thank you card the next day. So like after you're on, pay attention to who's on and just send them a little thank you card saying, thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoyed spending the night with you crafting or whatever, but just make sure you're doing those nice gestures and keeping that relationship of good customer service established. Melissa, do you want to add some stuff, or do you want Sarah to go, or?
We'll have Sarah go, but what I want to do is just clarify for a second. So Heather's very seasoned at doing these types of things. And so a question came in saying, okay, how come this just sounds like it's money out, not money coming in? And how do we do it if we literally are trying to conduct a virtual craft party and make money doing it? So maybe Sarah, maybe I'll kind of segue to you. Maybe you can, because remember, we have consultants of all different stages of their business. We have some that have just joined, and we have some that have been in for years and are looking for creative ways to, and have an existing customer base to work with. So I think bridging that gap and kind of explaining how you pull one of these off, if you've never even hosted anything virtually or even a home party or a craft party or anything like it, how do you make this happen? So Sarah, let's segue to you, and then we'll circle back around. Here, I want to make sure I tell you guys too, that I have we have some photos to show you after Sarah talks of some examples of some easy crafts that sometimes people even have the stuff around their house. Because what Heather was talking about was putting together these craft boxes and delivering them so that the people don't have to acquire their own supplies. They're just getting this virtual craft box on their porch with their Scentsy products. And, it's kind of an all-in-one. But let's say that you're doing this and you are going to send out the list of, hey, anybody that wants to participate, here's the list of items to acquire, which we're going to show you 6 projects that are super easy, not a lot of expense. But so you have to kind of take into account that what Heather was talking about was a more evolved craft party.
Right. And it's porch delivery. So where I'm at, I am still allowed to do porch deliveries. I personally do not want to spend $8 or more paying their shipping as a courtesy. Everything is coming to me, and I am hand delivering with hand sanitizers in there, new release packets. I'm trying to get things in their hands of samples, and I can't do that when it's coming from home office directly to them. So that's one of my things that I'm doing.
And let me ask you one other clarification question. Yeah. So they're pre-ordering $30 worth of Scentsy from you. So you're saying, so give me just the very short timeline of you invite them. Yep. You're saying, here's how much it's going to cost. It's $45. Give me what $30 in Scentsy do you need? Is that how you're doing this? And then the order's coming in, then you're putting their craft. Okay.
Yep. So I would say, first of all, I'm going to allow 2 weeks for all items to arrive to me. So you're going to allow 14 days minimum for either Amazon or Scentsy products to get to you. So if I'm planning one for April, I'm thinking probably 3rd week in April is when I'm going to do this event and get my Tushy, get it blasted, advertise, have them Venmo'd me the 45 plus tax and shipping, and I'm charging the 5% shipping because my personal will be over 200 PRV. It will be a party that I'm ordering it under. So I will charge the 5% shipping. I will figure out, they don't pick their items. I order the same products for everyone, and that is what they get. So let's say for this one here, it is a wall fan diffuser, which is 25, and a package of pods is 10. So I'm going to split one package of pods between 2 people. So that's 30 PRV, right? It can be any combination of products that equal 30 PRV in the catalog. It's your choice. You know what your customers have tried or what they haven't or what you want them to try. There's no wrong or right way to pick product. But you're getting 30 PRV ahead. They're paying their part for the supplies. You're not out money if you're picking the correct crafts to do that are within that $15 budget, right? Our cushion is the tax and shipping where we've got pennies on the dollar, but it covers you. And we have a Pinterest board as well that we can add you to. There's a whole collective page where you can get ideas from. So you don't feel like you have to come up with all the ideas. And Melissa's got a bunch to share with you tonight. But it really is a very simple process. And the money, yes, you're making 30 PRV on it. But more importantly, during the times that we're in, you're providing value and an outlet in the time of the world that we're living. Mm-hmm. Don't focus so much on the PRV that you're getting 30 ahead as you are building a relationship with these people They're going to respect you and love you for the fact that you're providing them some adult time, an outlet, an evening. That's very, very important in the time that we're living in. So using product that they have not used is good, so they try new things, is what Marty's saying. Does that help clarify of what I was saying? Okay.
Thank you. I wanted to spell that out a little bit more. Okay, let's turn it to Sarah. Thank you, Heather.
Okay, so two different things. On one, do you guys want me to share like a training message, or do you just want me to go into the craft that I brought? What would be better?
Just whatever, just
Okay.
do you.
Okay, I'll do a modified version and then we can launch into some crafts really quick. So the biggest thing that we've been sharing is somehow extending the World Tour theme of climb. So I know some people weren't able to attend our last World Tour stop. So if you've gone to World Tour, you know the climb, how we really stuck with that acronym in terms of overcoming a challenge. But now more than ever, that challenge has taken on a new form. You guys are in a really unique position where a lot of you have been able to do a business from home already, but for some of us, or maybe many, this is new territory. And so people are learning some new things along the way. And if that applies to how you're partying now, so instead of home parties or events, fairs and shows, like your main challenge now could be, how do I turn this into a virtual business? How do I turn this into a virtual experience across the board? Notwithstanding any porch deliveries or something like that. But for the most part, everything is now virtual. We have to remain isolated to some degree. So I wanted to share a couple thoughts with you about that. I won't dive super deep into the World Tour content. I don't want it to be a repeat of that, but more so on a lesson of adaptability. And so I'm hoping that will help as we look at these other options from everybody today about these different crafts. And I brought a little idea to share with you too that I'll tie in. So if you have a scrap of paper, feel free to jot down some notes. Write down climb in a vertical way. So CLIMB all the way down. And I'll give you just a sec to do that. So if you attended World Tour, this will be a little bit of a refresher in terms of what the acronym letters stand for, but I'm really going to tweak that for how we can apply this now. So the whole idea of climb is not just to climb a mountain or tackle whatever challenge you're looking for, but that acronym for the C would be challenge. So write that down. The letters are still going to mean the same words, but I'm going to change the definition a little bit for you. And how we can apply it to this whole idea of adaptability. That, you know, at the beginning of January, I saw a lot of this is my word of the year, this is my focus kinds of quotes. And I think now our word has to be adaptability. So anyway, C is still challenge, L is learn, I is influence, or it could be inspire. I think those two can be interchangeable. M is magnify. And B is belief or believe, whichever you are more akin to. So I'll go through each of these a little bit pretty rapidly because I want to make sure that you guys have enough time for your whole meeting so we can wrap up on time. So C is that challenge. So right now, when we've applied it to World Tour before, we said, what kind of challenge are you encountering in your business? Or do you have a challenge in your life? Is this a goal that you want to hit, however you wanted to apply that challenge. But now that's become, what do I need to tweak in my business? How do I make this a virtual option? How do I continue to be active in my business? How do I stay focused when there's craziness all throughout the land, all over the place? This is our new normal. Like it or not, we are in it. I read an article today about how what we're going through right now is almost a bit of grief and how we're processing that. I wanted to pull up the thing really quickly here. I won't linger too far, but let me get into it. Hang on one hot second. It talked about like the denial by saying this isn't going to affect me. Like these are the stages of grief, right? So this isn't going to affect me. The anger, you're making me stay home, you're making me stop my abilities or my activities, you're making me change my business. There's bargaining. Okay, well, maybe if I just social distance or practice this for 2 weeks, everything's going to be better, right? Right? This will be better. I can do that. Then there's a little bit of sadness. I don't know when this is going to end. I don't know how long this is going to be our new normal. And then finally, acceptance. And this is where we are right now. This is happening, and I just have to figure out how to proceed. How do I adapt? How do I move forward now that I've accepted this is our new normal? So if that is your new challenge, how do I adapt? So then the L becomes learn. What do I have to learn to make this work? And so sometimes learning can be a training document. It can be a video that you're on right now. It can even be a person that you're looking to as a resource where I need to learn from someone who's making this work. So in, like, say for Heather's instance, or anyone who's doing these already, I have people that I know who are really good at virtual parties. I know people who are good at Facebook parties. I know people who are good at going live. I know people who are really good at staging photos. How do I make myself more attractive online? Who can I learn from? Maybe that's, like I said, that training document. We're putting together a number of resources from the home office for you, whether that's how to do virtual parties, how to do the unparty, how to do this attraction marketing a little bit better. So we're coming up with some different things that you can use. So we're shifting the way that we're doing business now too, where we're not just saying, okay, now we have consultants who are doing X, Y, and Z in their business. We're all doing it this way now. And we have to be able to stand out. So what resources can we provide to help? So there's learn. What do you need to learn? Next, who can influence you or inspire you? Or on the flip side of that, who can you inspire and influence? Who's your circle? Who do you surround yourself with the most? And that's a little bit tricky because we're not able to meet face to face anymore. But who do you reach out to on a daily basis? Who are you texting every day? Who are you messaging every day? Whose stories are you following on Instagram or Facebook? Are you reading inspirational books? Are you looking to scripture? What is influencing you right now? What is inspiring you? And hopefully it's not the news, because that will pull you into a downward spiral. I will tell you to step away. Give yourself that time to just step away. In the interest of full disclosure and authenticity, I hit a wall last week. I spiraled bad, real bad, and it was not pretty. I had to pull myself out of it. And I said, Sarah, you can drive through this little town, you can visit, but you're not going to linger here. You're not building a house. You're not going to stay here, because this is scary town and we're leaving it right now. You've got to be able to pull yourself out. And if you can't do that alone, ask for help. Times like this I'm not going to get on a huge mental health soapbox. I won't do that for now, because we're talking about fun crafting stuff. But ask for help if you need it. So surround yourself with people who influence you and inspire you. And then if you can be a light for others, if you can inspire and influence others, please, please do so. Whether that's fun posts or funny sayings or sharing some fun stuff that's going on in your house that people can relate to, that's what's going to help us be strong. The magnify is next. So with magnifying, you're looking at any of your skills, your talents, your qualities, anything that you can magnify and just really focus on and celebrate. I think that celebrate is kind of synonymous with this magnification, where look at anything that you are doing really, really well and magnify it. What you do in your day-to-day, how can that help you with that challenge? So if you're good at photos, if you are really good at organizing, maybe now's the time to organize and create some systems for the way that you're now sending out samples, or the way that you're now doing Happy Mail. Think of anything that you are really, really good at that you can then do. So maybe that's with this crafting. Maybe you're not good at painting, but you're really good at crochet. Or maybe you're not good at crochet, but you're a really good scrapbooker. So let's pull out all the paper goods and let's put some things together. So think of what you're really good at. And then also, this might require that you go back to the L for learn or I for influence. Are these people that can help, that you can watch to help you magnify your skills a little bit more? And then when you accomplish something, celebrate it. Magnify that celebration, magnify that accomplishment, whether that's getting your laundry from the washer to the dryer without letting it sit and get moldy. you know, maybe that's folding things right away. Maybe that's, hey, I just figured out how to schedule my time out with this, this, and this. Meanwhile, trying to homeschool and my spouse or partner is at home and I'm trying to navigate this. How many hours are in my day? I figured it out and I need to share it right now. How can you be that beacon? How can you celebrate what you've done and then flip it to other people? And then finally, the belief that we're going to be okay. We're going to get through it. We are stronger together. We can do this. This is not the first time that we've encountered adversity. This is not the first time in illness. I mean, if you look at anyone battling cancer or any other respiratory illness, anyone who has the flu, anyone who's going through hard times, they have a death in the family, they've been laid off before, they somehow got through. They rallied with their people. They found a way to make it work by looking to people to help them learn, by figuring out how to adapt to that challenge, by looking for inspiration, by looking for other influences, by magnifying the really important little things that actually turned out to be pretty big. That belief will push you through to anything. And I know there's a lot of serious stuff out there. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it, but honestly, you got to keep that belief going strong or it will cripple you if you let it. So there's the new CLIMB acronym and how we're applying it to our new normal. Now let's get our craft on.
You were gonna show us something.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have heard, but if you are following, there's this Facebook group out there, but it's also on Instagram. It's hashtag Heart Hunters. Heart Hunters, like you're hunting for hearts. And I stumbled upon this last week. Actually, a consultant invited me to the group and I fell in love with this movement. And now I've just been inspired to influence others to go do this. So my challenge is, how can we add to this Heart Hunter movement, where I did a little screenshot, so I'll share it with you. But it's a group on Facebook. Again, and there's a hashtag on Instagram too. But the whole idea is, in this time of social distancing, we're trying to spread a little love and compassion. So this was originally something that started when you're going out for walks, where you can go walking in your neighborhood, and while kids or parents are looking around and they're looking for some sort of happiness, when you have to be careful, it's actually grown into this huge thing. So people are posting hearts on windows, in their doors. They're doing these huge, elaborate heart displays. They can be elaborate, they can be basic. I mean, I know people are busting out their Cricuts and doing vinyl. Some are doing construction paper. They're doing, like, even if they're just putting hearts in a rainbow or just putting hearts in the different panels. I don't know if you can see my window, but I have like these square panels here. So I'm making these big Mama Jama hearts in rainbow colors, and I'm gonna put these into each one of the grids on my window, and I'll probably take a picture and then send it to Heather. She can post it in the group just so you can see after. But I have like I did all of these pages in all of these rainbow colors. And I found this big heart pattern from a platter I had from Valentine's Day, and then I just cut out this perfect heart. So I was looking for things I had around the house. This isn't a craft that I have to go order. And I think if you wanted to turn this into a virtual party with your friends, just have them grab whatever they have. Most of them, if they have kids, they probably have scrapbook paper or construction paper. Heck, I've even seen some from like cereal boxes or cracker boxes, or they're cutting out the packaging from chips. Anything that they have available, like diaper boxes, wrapping paper, whatever you have, so you can do these big hearts. But basically, it's just looking, like, as you're going out, we want to fill all of these neighborhoods with as many hearts as we can and go hunting for these hearts when we're out walking to get some fresh air and fresh perspective and just get out. So I have these papers. And also, it challenges you to look for hearts wherever you are. So I've been crocheting a lot of hearts, like heart little coasters and cup cozies and mug cozies and all that stuff. You can even bust out some glitter. If you have pipe cleaners at home, you could, fashion this into a heart and then hang these anywhere that you're seeing hearts, even if you're not making them or putting them on your house. It's just a way to kind of start that movement. So that's what I'll be working on tonight. And like I said, this is just you can make it as simple or as elaborate as you want to for your virtual party. But this one is definitely one that you can do with anything that you have in the house, and anyone at home can participate with you. So if they just need to get their Scentsy fix, they still want their $30 of product, because let's face it, I still need bathroom cleaner, I still want my hand soap, I still need my room spray, I still need to take care of my stinky dog, so I need some deodorizing spray. I will still buy all of that product from you, but I need some like mama time. I just need to craft. I need to see other people's faces. I need to smile and laugh and just know that we're okay together. So make it as elaborate as you want. Make it as simple and basic if you want. Just have fun with it and stay active and focused.
And I think that I have like 50 things I want to say to what Sarah said, but right now we have more to provide people in our circles than just Scentsy products. We have the ability, because we're fortunate to have a community like this. Forget even that we're Scentsy consultants for a second. I mean, that's what brings us together. But realistically, there's a lot of people out there that don't even have a community. I mean, they may have a church group, but they're not Zooming with their church group on a regular basis. Or they may have, a book club where there's 4 or 5 of them, but we truly have a community, and a community that we can pull from. And what's really cool is you can use your Scentsy business right now as a vehicle to provide joy, as a vehicle to provide hope and light. And so maybe you have a Heart Hunters Zoom with people, and you don't even make it about Scentsy. You just are. And you're just providing an outlet for moms that are home all day with the kids. You're providing an outlet. And you can even say, we're cutting hearts, we're doing fun things, we're sharing, we're talking about how we're coping, right? Because we all are going to drive through that nasty town that Sarah went through. But you can also say, in the spirit of all of this, I put Lucky in Love in all of my warmers in my house, and it just smells amazing, and it has me in the heart mood for our project. That's it. And if somebody says, what does it smell like? Then you're like, oh, you know what? I need to get you. You need to smell however the conversation segues. It's not about Scentsy first. And that's what I love so much about the culture of Scentsy, is that so many of our relationships with our customers and our hostesses are not about Scentsy first. And it's Scentsy, and our success in Scentsy is a byproduct of what we give to people. It's a byproduct of us being joyful, and us being light, and us spreading our culture, and us leaning on each other, and us having a community to which we can pull from. And so, yeah, we're talking virtual craft parties, but even break down the structure of a party and make it as bare bones and simple as possible. Just create a group, create an invitation to a virtual something. And you know what? Mention Scentsy, maybe. And then if everybody has a great time, you have another one. And that's when you are just trying to provide light and joy. The sales, the talk about Scentsy will come. If you are all cutting hearts and you're just sharing what you're doing in your daily life, part of mine is going to be me working my Scentsy business in between feeding kids lunch and doing naps, and me falling asleep with the kids when they nap. I mean, you're just being authentically you. So when we really strip it back, this isn't about just selling. You have the ability to provide light and provide joy, and your success will be a byproduct of you providing that light and that joy. Now, I am queen of, you tell me that craft is involved, and I'm so in, and I will try anything at least once. I tried slime more than once, like 4 times, and that I called it quits, and I'll never do that again. And no. And so Tammy Frazier actually sent Marin slime because she knew I wasn't going to make it. So she sent it to Marin. But let me show you, just while we're on that craft topic, show you how simple it is to pull something together. You don't have to be crafty. You don't. And you know what? Everybody fumbling through a craft on a virtual platform is even better, because somebody is going to have a skill on how to hot glue better, and somebody's going to have a skill on how you can paint something better, and you know what? for a minute, you forget about coronavirus and you forget about the fact that today you literally wanted to walk out into traffic, even though there's really none out there, but you wanted to try to play Frogger because you'd had enough. And so, can I share my screen, Heather? Will it let me? Yeah. Okay. So hold on one second. Let me just pull these up. And I want to talk to you about these for just a second. Give you just an idea of let's see, can I slideshow this? Did you hear your name, little one? Did you hear your name?
Why?
I was talking about you.
You were?
Yeah, just for a minute.
Mommy,
Yeah, baby.
I was gonna say to you, good night.
I love you. I'll be up in a few. Okay, hang on one sec. I'm trying to figure out how I can make these big, but whatever. All right, I'm going to share this. Share screen. Share. Yay! Okay, can you see this? Let's see if I can get rid of this. Okay, so everybody has some old books laying around their house. Everybody. And if they don't, you know somebody that has some books that you just want to pitch, that they want to pitch or they want to get rid of. And all you do is spray paint these books white. And if you have stamps and a stamp pad at home, you can create these book bundles, tie them up with some ribbon, tie them up with some string. And this is family names. You've got Marion Bright. You've got, here's a daughter's, birth stats, whatever. The sky is the limit. You could do your address. You could do anything you want. You could do your favorite quote. But this is such an easy craft. Do you know that in our local craft store in town, not craft store, our local gift shop in town, a set of 3 books is $50? $50 to get 3 of these books with a quote on them wrapped in. Heather, you saw it when we went to that gift shop in town. $50, you can have 3 of these books. You guys, I'm telling you, this is like $2 project. You just need some stamps that are letters, but everybody could do this. And anybody that says they're not crafty could be like, oh my gosh, I am so impressed. And then you know what I do? Here's how you could incorporate this right into a Scentsy commercial. I use these as risers for my Scentsy warmers. I do. In my living room, I have my new Peacock Be Bold warmer on top of 3 books that say the Gratz family and our address. And that's what I use as a riser. So we could make these, and at the end I could say, here's how I've styled my books. And I could take my little group and show them my warmer sitting on top of my books. Cool? Give you an idea? All right, let's go to the next one. I may have to, okay. The only thing you need for this super trendy little planter is Crayola air dry clay. That's it. You roll it into a ball, you make this little, I don't know, opening, divot. You cut it with a knife and you let it harden. You could then take it a step further and paint it if you wanted to. You could dip the bottom of it in gold paint, like our Goldsmith warmer, whatever you want to do. And then you could talk about how you made it big enough to fit the aloe vera warmer that Scentsy has. So now you're crafting, but you're incorporating. There is always a way to incorporate how you craft something and how you can incorporate some product that we have into a purpose. And that's not me trying to sell. I'm not trying to sell. I'm just telling you, this is what I'm doing with, I made the hole big enough for, and this is me just if I was telling people live, I'm making the hole big enough because this warmer right here, this aloe vera warmer just came out with Scentsy, and it's super cute if you put it in a planter. So I'm making the hole big enough on mine. Here we are. Clay crafting. How are you? Who needs another drink? And boom, I talked about my Scentsy business without trying to sell. Okay, next one. Here's one if you want to get the family involved. You guys, these super cute little desk bowls are made out of 2 pieces of scrapbook paper. That's it. And I have a folding template for it and the instructions on how to do it. So when we post the recording for this, we'll also include these photos, and I'll include the folding template for this. This is super easy because you can just email out that template, and people can do their printing at home. And here's the awesome part. You can turn it around into incorporate your Scentsy business by saying, I'm using these on my desk for all my new Scentsy samples I just created. And so I'll have one for each of the different fragrances. Hey, Heather, what's your favorite scent? You know what? I'm going to get you some of these. I have 3 to choose from. Which one do you want? That's what I'm putting in my little dishes. What are you going to put in your little things? Boom. I'm getting samples out. I'm talking about Scentsy, but we're crafting, and it's just in the flow of the conversation. But this is a super cheap, cute idea. And like Sarah said, who doesn't have scrapbook paper at home? Easter's coming. We might be a little bit too close to be able to get these in, but look at this. This is 4 slices of wood. And who can't craft this? Come on. Who cannot craft this? You are gluing and tying. And in the mist, you're saying, I am going to put, Scentsy had this warmer, the egg, we're going to color it, and I'm putting it right with this bunny. Boom. That's my little Scentsy plug, moving right on. Easy. Super duper easy. Okay. I'm floored by this one. This is $4 store picture frames. And you glue the 4 picture frames together and 3 blocks of wood, and it is lanterns. Is this not the coolest thing? These are wooden sticks. So I'll post this picture, but these are wooden stir sticks, like from coffee. And that's what's in here for the window panes. How easy is this? And once again, you could say that you are going to display a warmer in there. You're going to, however you wanted to you're going to put succulents in it and put it next to the aloe vera warmer that you have, whatever the case is. Just another awesome idea. Super cheap. We're talking dollar store items. Now, people might not have this stuff laying around the house, but again, if you planned ahead of time and people wanted to make these bad enough, which lanterns, if you told me I was going to make a homemade lantern that looked this cool, I'm in. Okay, and then what's this one? Oh my gosh, I love this. This doesn't get cheaper. How cute is this planter? It is a glass bowl from the Dollar Tree. Wait, some pearl stickers that are hot glued on or just glued on, and it's spray painted. And now it looks like a milk glass planter. You guys, we're not talking this. I don't know if you can see this well. This bottle that's next to the milk glass one is hot glue. They just hot glued onto a glass bottle, let it dry, and spray painted it. We're not talking you have to be a crafter. This is an outlet. It's a 30-minute craft for you. Well, let me come back to you. 30-minute craft that you can do virtually with someone. Plug Scentsy, not sell, just plug Scentsy, and say, if you guys had fun, let's do this again. Do you guys want me to find another craft for us to do? When do you want to do it? 15 days, 20? Hell, quarantine makes us feel like we need to do one every 3 days. Maybe. You know what I mean? It's so easy. And I know that so many of you have your own set of skills you can share. Annette, I see you on the screen. Annette is a card maker by trade. That's her passion. And she makes cards, and she's scrapbooks, and she's stamps, and she's amazing at it. And so you would be able to, I would attend, Annette, if you showed me how to make a greeting card in these times. I'm not going to the store to buy any. But you know what? And then you could turn around and say, and you know what? I use these cards to send out thank yous to all of my Scentsy customers. I use them to send it to my Scentsy teammates. And I love being able to, anytime I need a card, I can make it at home. Boom. Somebody, who else? Wendy knows how to sew. I always use her as an example. I don't know what many of your other passions or side fortes are, but you get the gist. It's about giving some value, providing some light in times like this. Every day is starting to feel like Groundhog's Day. I don't know. I love the meme that I saw that says, what's today? It's Blur's Day in April, May. Because it's all blending together, right? If we can provide a little bit of joy. All right, let me check the chat. Does anybody have anything you want to add? Sorry, I just totally foamed at the mouth at you.
Share my screen so they can write this down, because this is a community Pinterest board. It is scentedcommunity.com. Don't try to go to that website. That's my group page. You won't get in there, but it's scentedcommunity.com/craft night ideas. That will take you to this board here. Oh, hold on. I don't know how to do this. Here, where this is where all Scentsy consultants have been pinning stuff, right? So you could even get together and do an Easter arrangement, right? Like, it doesn't matter. And you could send 6 bars of spring floral-like scents, and y'all make an arrangement together. It does not have to be overthinking where if it's not your cup of tea to create an easy craft, which there are all levels, but it is something so simple where it's just getting in. Oh yeah, and like Joshua says, he has a Cricut. So utilize that. Utilize what you've got. If you aren't good at crafting, but your best friend is, call your best friend and have her lead the Zoom, and you're just hanging out, drinking and participating or whatever. But there's a lot.
Yeah, and that's a great idea. Heather, you do that too, where you have friends that do floral arranging or that does cake decorating. Maybe you say, hey, I'll gift you a 3-pack of bars, or it's not always about giving away. Don't misunderstand. But I'm just saying, hey, I will give you a discount off your next Scentsy order, or maybe she'll just do it because she's your friend.
Yeah.
But would you lead a virtual fill in the blank for me? I've got some people, and you know what? Maybe if they have a business and it's cake decorating or cake, whatever it is, or it's baking or it's decorated cookies, whatever, maybe it'll get them some business too. You know, in times like this, we pull together, we lean on each other, we promote each other, support each other. Yes. Boom. That's
helping each other, right? That's what it's all about.
Does anybody have any questions? Have anything that you want to add? Was this valuable? Does this make you think about? I mean, I know just from this call, it really breaks it down and makes me realize how simple it is to just get some people together virtually and realistically do anything.
And you have to, like, this is the times that we're in. If you're not utilizing this opportunity to help someone by either have adult conversation where they're not lonely, or providing great customer service and a connection with you working your business, people want to help small businesses. And Orville's quote that he said the other day on the director's call, what did he say? Don't let your fears run your business. Like, if your own fears about what's happening in this coronavirus is not the same fears of everyone else. So it is very important. Yep. People are buying more Scentsy now because they're at home and they want their house to smell good. So
and people are shopping online because they're not going to stores. And so this is, you know what, I feel honest. I feel so fortunate to have Scentsy. I hope you feel the same way. In hearing people that can't go to work, or their business has been shut down temporarily, or whatever the case is, I'm so thankful that I have a business that isn't shut down, that I can do from home, that I can offer the ability for people to order online. And I will tell you, with people being home, they're wanting scented products. They're wanting cleaning products. Didn't Orville say that our hand soap and our cleaning products are like skyrocketing
and
right
not
now.
Even that, you guys, I truly believe the Lord had his hand on me the other day, because I saw this page come across. It was something, Helping Hands, COVID, something. I joined. I'm like, sure, if I can help, I'm joining, right? The first thing I see is a mom of 2 twins that's posting that needs hand soap. Well, what do I have that I can give her, right? Straight from my PWS. I order her 8 bottles of hand soap. We are now friends on Facebook. I'm connected with her. We're having conversations. She's sending me pictures with her holding her twins and the soap. Like, we are now connected because I could fulfill a need for her. So just keep that in mind as you're scrolling Facebook and seeing people that you've got a lot that you can help right now. If it's just an ear, if it's a sweet letter to someone, if it's you putting alcohol wipes in your customer bags that say cell phone wipe, whatever it is, do those extra things that make someone smile. I went to the Dollar Tree and stayed 6 feet away and bought a pack of 24 manicure nail things and made a thing that says quarantine manicure kit. It was that, a Scentsy soap sample, and a hand cream soap sample. Those are going in all my porch drops with my customers. The last customer texted me and said, I don't know if I'm more excited about the products I got or the quarantine manicure set and taking a bath. I don't even know. Like, that was a moment for her. Like, that was more important in her package than her 6 Scentsy spring bars that she just picked out. So
Yep.
keep that in mind.
Agreed. I'd say that's a great end of the month Zoom. Orville and Heidi will be on in 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
10 minutes. And if I may use the airtime for just 1 second to say anybody that is in my group, if you want to jump on our normal Tuesday night link just for a few minutes, I just want to connect with you. I would love that. And Heather, I know you have something that you were
so
plugging.
if anybody, it can be whoever, it doesn't matter. After and Heidi Orville's live, end of the month live, Melissa has the graphic. We are putting up a Zoom, a whole bunch of people. After you turn your last order in this month, if you want to hop on, we've got some exciting things that are going to kick off tomorrow that we want to share with you, that we're very excited about. So we're just going to hang out, have some cocktails or non-alcoholic cocktails, and celebrate your end of the month. What did you do that was awesome? We want to hear about it. What do you have planned for next month? We want to brainstorm and just hang out. And so that's what we're doing. So we may hang out there for a couple hours. You can totally join us if y'all want.
Thank you, Heather. Sarah Walker, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for asking me on today, guys. I had fun.
Well, we love you. Thanks for all you do for us.
Oh, likewise.
Heather, you rock.
No,
As always.
Melissa, you. Thank you. You rock. Thank y'all, everybody, for getting on. We'll see you in just a little bit.
All right. My people, click a past link.